Good afternoon. My name is Eleanor Gomez, and I'm going to talk about my thesis, which title is, let me present, Using Body Expressions to Develop the 4 Language Skills in 2nd grade of kindergarten. Students should express their opinions, perform activities, actions, and assuming their responsibilities. To do this, they must understand the messages given in the target language, discuss, offer ideas, and take actions on agreed team consensus. Okay, the ample impact of my research is to contribute to the language learning by using expressions through fun activities and develop the 4 language skills in the target language, creating a positive learning environment. The teacher will promote this learning through games, which may be classified in social games, sensorial games, and imaginative games, and so finding the best for students. The research questions in this study are how to use body expressions to teach English and create a positive learning environment. How can body expressions give meaning to the 4 language skills? How can teachers combine each didactic situations and body expressions development to improve English? I'm going to use, in this problem, I will approach in terms of qualitative methodology. I will investigate the ideas expressed through the use of experimentation, observation, and through a case study made to the group of 2nd grade of kindergarten. It is important for a language learner to understand the spoken English language. The language learner is the one who learns a language added to their mother tongue. Language should be focused in building a better and more peaceful world by doing these activities in the target language in a positive learning environment. Language is not the end, but the means. Language learning and teaching are social acts. Students who are gaining knowledge of a language can thrive in a global community. I started to delimit my theme looking for ways to improve my practice in a positive learning environment. I think that the teacher will provide this learning through games, which may be classified in social games, sensorial games, and imaginative games, and so finding the best for students. The teacher will promote this learning through the games. The research problem that I have observed is the lack of respect in each child's development level, and by trying to accelerate their development, pushing them to the next level. It is highly important to let the learner develop in its own pace. When a student thinks and feels he or she cannot accomplish tasks, the immediate reaction is the dismotivation, which brings anxiety when learning the target language. In my daily teaching practice, I observed that preschool children have needs. The needs that students present are according to the child's development stages. Children begin to engage in symbolic play and learn to manipulate symbols. They need to know their own body and that of others, their possibilities of action, and learn to respect differences. Children need to develop a positive and balanced image of themselves and acquire personal autonomy. They need the establishment of social and affective relationships, autonomy and personal care, as well as the improvement in the mastery and control of movements, games, and body executions, all understood as inseparable and necessarily complementary processes. Body expressions permeates all aspects. My research setting is a school where I'm going to do my research has the following characteristics. It is a particular school where English language is used to teach. The daily day activities are direct to develop the competences in language and communication. There is a part that is called orality, where we practice conversation, narration, description, and recognition. Another part is called study, where we practice reading, analyzing information, and interchanging oral and written information. Likewise, there is another part that is called literature, where we practice production and interpretation. Further, there is another formative area called motor competence, and it has three sub-areas of study, which are motor development, integration of corporeity, and creativity and motor action. I would like to combine these formative areas to do a compilation. The school has big working areas, and there's enough materials for the activities. The students are of 4-year-old kids, and they need to improve the language and communication skills, as well as their motor skills competences, in order to have a well-developed their language and motor skills. The purpose of the research, I aim to research, an aim for this research is to have a classroom with students with a low affective filter. Further, children enjoying by learning through movements, perception, and language. Likewise, I hope to offer a compilation of psychomotor activities to improve language learning. And have students to be thinkers, researchers, communicators, self-managed, and friendly. Teachers should nurture thinking skills as well as motor skills in the target language. English language. When we give students access to the whole world, we give them the power to affect it. Language is not the end, but the means. For students of this generation, it is important to develop their native language and at least another language. Language has the power to draw nearer a learning community. Students of a same second language learning community may beat limits and work together for great achievements. Rod Ellis has made large research about language acquisition. He has divided factors in external and internal. I think this is a good division because this division contemplates precise elements that affect second language learning. It focuses on the context and in the interior of the learners. External factors are valuable to study because they determine the quantity and quality of input that a learner receives to develop the target language. Krashen believes in the natural communicative situations containing comprehensive input. He is the father of the theory of the second language acquisition. He claims that there are prerequisites to acquisition. The acquirer must be open to the input to fully utilize it and for acquisition. There are factors that contribute to a low affective filter. It includes a positive orientation or emotional support of the learner. Krashen says that it is better to have a low affective filter because then acquirers present positive orientation to speakers of the target language. They also acquire in a low anxiety situation and some degree of self-confidence. In the acquirer, students who ability interpret themselves, okay, Alessandri Campera and Tisak say that students who habitually interpret themselves and other people and life events in a positive manner have a more positive evaluation and social bonds. I would like to have a classroom with low affective filter. Have a positive, the kids to have a positive attitude towards learning a second language. It would be nice for learners to have the ability to speak with native speakers when they go to another countries. And also it is important to know the characteristics of and needs of our learners. The 4 skills. In the present time, at the modern world, it is required for learners to be competent and skilled in a second language. The everyday interaction will help students to get immersed in the English language. The use of games to understand messages and have students perform will develop the English language skills. Pitamber Gautam claimed that the body of language is built out of various components of skills and aspects fitted together in a natural harmony. There are substantial elements for teaching and learning endeavor. In my opinion, language skills should be taught using integrated approaches. The 4 basic skills are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. These skills aim to enable learners to communicate effectively. Listening and speaking are linked and work at the same time in real life circumstances. Reading and writing have the powerful connections. These are efficient tools to achieve strong reading communication. Since in this way, students may express their needs, their wants, their feelings, their opinions, their ideas, it's a way to make sense of the learning. A strong foundation for reading and writing starts when children engage in determining significant language activities. Body expression. Psychometricity is a discipline responsive for studying the human body. It helps to develop the human in an integral way. Also studies the relationship with others and collaborates in the control of their emotions. It helps to develop the corporeity, the expression, and interaction with the natural world. It helps the individual to perform mental representation and gain self-awareness. The corporal movement is an activity that develops the perception, the imagination, the creativity, and the communication. These movements determine the motive behavior of the child, being evident the means of the skills, capacities, and the workmanship. The activities integrate action and function, which allow him to be receptive. Body expression is a language that develops creativity, communication, and perception by discovering and mastering body movements. Body movements develop and favor mind, body, spirit, and its relationship with its environment, as well as social, interactual, and psychological skills. In my opinion, a preschool should learn to solve problems and have students and teachers both take decisions. Learners should interact in an active education system where teachers help students to explore actively and with their senses, where teachers help to discover the relations through direct experience, and where teachers help students to use effectively the language. Thank you.